Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about self-love, what it means to love yourself. There's a lot of confusion around the word self-love. A lot of people get confused with being too vain or too full of yourself, but this is not the correct understanding. Loving yourself means to do what's always best for you, treat yourself with love, and be the happiest version of yourself. Now it sounds way more easier than it is to do. I struggled to love myself for a long time. I used to be bullied when I was younger. I talk about this in my other video about why I stopped comparing myself to others. You can check it out. I'll leave the link in my bio, or you can check out here. It took me a long time to really love myself and reach that place of happiness. I basically used to compare myself to people in my school, to people in the modeling world, and other people's success. Now when I used to be insecure and when I didn't love myself, I would find myself always like in a very low mood. I wouldn't want to be around friends. I wouldn't want to be around family. I just wanted to be in my own space all the time. And it was just like a really draining place to be. It can be very overwhelming looking to other people's successes and comparing yourself to them and asking yourself why you are not successful as them or why you aren't as attractive as them. When you don't love yourself, it can be very evident to others. You just have like a kind of dark cloud around your head. Everything about you is negative. No one wants to be around you because unfortunately misery loves company, so you're gonna want people to be the same as you. People who are insecure tend to judge others a lot because they are basically judging themselves. Everyone is a mirror to them, so they see everything that they don't like in themselves and other people. So they'll point out things like, oh, I don't like how her hair is today. Why is she wearing clothes like that? They can see things they don't like in themselves and others and drag it down because they don't know how to deal with it themselves. You'll never find someone who's completely secure in themselves and completely happy with themselves talking about other people or including themselves in gossip. They just won't find anything bad about somebody else because they're too focused being happy about their own self. People who are happy tend to see the good in everyone else because they see a lot of good in themselves. They'll never already point out a flaw in somebody else because they just don't see the bad in other people anymore because they're not mirroring any flaws in someone else. They've accepted all their flaws, they accepted themselves, so they don't see a need to point it out on somebody else. The people that try to destroy other people's dreams or judge you for trying to accomplish something, they're the ones that never reach their goals. They're the ones who have failed a lot of things and wanting to also join in their misery. So really watch the people that are around you and really pay attention to the things they say, how they react to your good news and good things happening in your life, because these people can really drag you down into a pool of sadness. This is a place you do not want to be at all because then everything to you attracts negativity and negative people in your life. Once you surround yourself with people that are happy and they love themselves, you start to become happy and love yourself, as that is the kind of influence that is around you. I'm going to tell you some ways in which I learned to love myself and reach a place of happiness. I want to remind you again, this is not an easy process. It took a long time. It took me years to find a place where I love myself and where I'm very happy and accepting myself. But this is because I chose to go on that journey of self-love. You have to really choose to go on the journey of self-love, otherwise you're going to stay a negative person who's insecure with low self-esteem. Before we get into this video, please don't forget to subscribe and like if you get anything from it. I really appreciate it. You can follow me on my socials here. Okay, let's get into it. So the first way that led me to a place of happiness and loving myself is discipline. Oftentimes we can pick the easiest option as it takes the least effort, such as quitting when things get too hard. I have been so demotivated to do things. I just had a week of stress really because I had creator's block and I just wasn't in the mood to do much this week. I think it's because of like hormones and stuff like that going crazy because girl time's coming up, but it's really had a big dampen on my mood. But I said no, I need to get a video done this week to make sure I maintain my consistency with my channel. This was a form of discipline for me to make sure I stay on target and keep working towards my goals. Literally nothing worth having comes easy. Everything takes a lot of effort and a lot of hard work. Especially if you want things to be of great quality and of your best type of work, you have to put in those extra hours to reach your goals. To discipline yourself is an act of loving yourself because you're doing something that's going to help you in the long run. For example, choosing to go to the gym and going to work out when you really do not feel like working out that day or that week is a huge form of discipline, because it's something you really don't want to do, but you know that if you go to the gym and you go and work out, you're going to eventually achieve the body that you want. Choosing to eat more healthy than having that fast food that tastes so nice is a big form of discipline, because you're doing something that you don't really have an appetite for, but you know it's going to make you healthier. That's definitely a form of self-love, because you're treating your body right and know that that's the best thing for you. I never understood discipline in that way, but it really makes sense, because you are literally choosing the options that's gonna keep you happy and healthy. In order to get signed to my modeling agency, I was told I needed to lose a couple of inches off my hips within a month to be able to sign to them. So within that month, I literally worked my butt off and I went to the gym. I did HIIT training. I changed my whole diet completely to having like most of the plate as vegetables, and then like probably 2 chicken legs every day. I literally cut out all the sugar and all the dairy from my diet, and it really made a difference. My favorite thing is cold drinks, so I look forward to having an ice cold drink of Diet Coke as a reward, and that's literally how I got through it. I ended up getting signed, so that was a huge like accomplishment for me. It made me love myself more, because I could see that I could trust myself to achieve something that I wanted to, and all that hard work paid off. So really discipline yourself, guys. Like, do that thing you're putting off, even if you don't feel in the mood to do it, because the people that do things when they're not in the mood to do it really makes a difference between the people who achieve a lot and the people who don't achieve a lot. You really have to push through that resistance. Do that extra hour of working out. Save money from ordering on takeout and cook a healthy meal. Try and drink more water than you do fizzy drinks. Try and pick the healthy option over something that's unhealthy. Try and do something every day that helps you move closer towards your goal. Even if it's a tiny thing, like such as reading up on what you want to do, or practicing a small sample of what you're trying to do. You know, all those things do make a difference. Even if it seems small to you, it's still a step towards what you're trying to achieve. Apparently a habit develops within 2 weeks of constantly doing it, so that really helped me to try and change up drinking more water. I said if I drink this 2-liter bottle of water every single day for 2 weeks, I should start getting used to it and naturally start drinking more water, and it did. I now drink 2 liters of water often, way more than before. I was like one of those people that didn't drink water before because I just don't like the taste of water, but now I really love it. I find it very refreshing. You really want to set yourself small targets for your goals and try and work towards it every single day. Please do not get discouraged when things aren't going right, or if you feel like you're not good enough, because when you decide to quit, it's literally the definite end of everything. Like, you definitely will not make it if you quit. Like, that's the absolute result that is gonna happen if you don't continue to pursue your dreams. If you continue to pursue your dreams, you have a possibility of achieving that goal. Like, it's still out there, and you should eventually reach it because you're constantly moving in that direction. You have to make it because that's what you're putting all your focus and energy onto. Sometimes it can feel very discouraging to continue pursuing your dreams because it can feel like there's no growth happening. Everyone wants to see instant results. Either it's people that are being negative towards your dreams, or people discouraging you, making you feel like you're not good enough. But that's the point where you really need to stay strong and continue pushing forward, because the people that really succeed are the ones that ignore everything around them and completely focus tunnel vision on what they're trying to achieve. Once you reach that place, people are going to be trying to congratulate you and say how much they believe in you at that point. No one wants to be there for the setup of the party. They want to be there when the party's happening and everyone leaves before it's time to tidy up. So you really have to be alone in your success and focus until you reach it, and don't let anyone's negative comments or negative attitudes affect your progress. Be really disciplined in committing to something that you're passionate about, so that you have discipline in every other area of life. Once you know how to be really committed to something such as a goal or like a dream, you find that you're able to be committed to so many other things, such as relationships, friendships, plans. Sticking to something just becomes naturally something that you're good at doing. That brings me to my second point of how to love yourself, which is become aware of your toxic traits. So a lot of people are not aware of themselves. They're not aware that they also have toxic traits. A lot of people ignore the behaviors they do, and they're quick to point their finger to somebody else. It's just so cliche, but like when you point at somebody, you have 3 fingers pointing back like this, you see? Very cheesy. Literally nobody is perfect. No one. So before looking at others, you have to really look at yourself first. So I'm onto something like, if everyone looked at themselves first, the world will become a much better place, because everyone is literally working on themselves, and so everyone will start to become better people in that way. So instead of trying to fix others, fix yourself first. That's gonna make all the difference. Really become aware of the things that you do that can be changed for the better. You may be someone that's hot-headed, quick to judge others, quick to humiliate others. First, think how you'd feel if someone treated you that way. I've learned to really put myself in somebody else's shoes to understand how they will feel if they were receiving the treatment that I was giving them. That has completely changed how I treat others, because every time I interact with someone, I think about, if I was to say this, how would they feel about it? If someone was to say this to me, how would I feel about it? And that way I prevent myself from saying something hurtful. This has really helped me a lot in my communication with others. People don't really feel how things feel until it happens to them. So you may not be aware that you're hurting someone else's feelings, and they probably won't tell you that you're hurting their feelings. But once you think about how you would feel if someone was to say what you said to them, you'll know that that was not a nice thing to say, and you wouldn't choose to say that to them. This might sound strange, but I like criticism. I know criticism is very hard to take because it's not nice for someone to critique something that you've worked hard on, or your parents. I've developed a different mentality towards it. I find that when people critique me, it rather help me to improve much faster. Instead of ignoring their comments or arguing over it with them, I actually take into consideration would it actually benefit me in the long run if I were to listen to their critique. Them critiquing you actually brings to attention things that you may have not noticed. Why do you reject someone's advice when they're trying to help you to get better? Before you rush to anger, think about whether it can actually help you. Now, of course, there are people that just like to say horrible things just to be horrible. Other people like to say things out of spite, out of jealousy. But you can really tell the difference between someone who's trying to help you improve through critique and someone who's trying to put you down through critique. So try and really understand the difference there, and take time to listen before judging them, before getting angry with them about what they're saying to you. Your ideas might be amazing, but someone else's opinion on your idea can make that idea like skyrocket and be much more amazing than you thought it could be. Or someone advising you on a different way to cook can really boost your meal to like times 10 if you took their advice. And my last point on how to love yourself is give yourself a break. We are literally our own worst critics. Things we don't love about ourselves is probably the things people love the most about us. Treat yourself with love. Tell yourself you look good today when you actually do look good. Do the things you really want to do that you've been putting off. Do that skincare routine you've always wanted to try. Eat your favorite cheeky treats here and there. Have a self-care day when you're just having a nice face mask, drinking that lovely tea or wine, and having a lovely conversation with your friends, or just binge watching amazing movies. Enjoy your life. Don't be so hard on yourself. It's really amazing how we talk to ourselves sometimes. For example, if your friend was saying they had a bad day, they're not achieving what they wanted to do today, what's the first thing you're going to say to them? You're probably going to encourage them to keep trying and work harder to achieve that goal that day, right? But if we're talking to ourselves and we're not achieving the goal we wanted that day, we'll be saying things to ourselves like, you're such a failure, you're not good enough, you might as well give up, you're not going to get anywhere. Like, you'll never say that to your friend. So why would you say that to yourself? Before you say something negative to yourself, think about if you would say that to somebody else, and then change the way you talk to yourself. Because you are all you have at the end of the day, and you want to treat the only person you have at the end of the day badly. Like, see yourself as your own person and really treat it with care and kindness in your thoughts, what you eat, and the people you choose to be in your life. What you think about and say the most is what you attract into your life. If everything you're thinking about is negative, if everything you're saying is negative, you're gonna have a whole world full of negativity, because that's the only thing you're focused on. You don't see any kind of light in your day, so you're not gonna find the light. Things we focus on the most is what we have most attention to. So choose to see the good in everything, and you'll soon be surrounded by goodness and amazing people before you even know it. To reach happiness, attract happiness. This is through making other people smile, generally wanting to help other people without wanting something in return. Just be a good person, and good people will come into your life left, right, and center, because they can feel your energy and they'll be drawn to the amazing vibes you're giving out. It just begins to radiate because you're happy within, you're being genuine and natural about it, and people can feel it. People can feel when someone's being fake, and they stay away from people that have bad energy, who have low self-esteem, and who are just judgmental of everybody else. You do not want to be that person. So to summarize how to love yourself, learn to push through the laziness. You will always be happy that you did. Surround yourself with positive people. Misery loves company, so distance from those with bad energy. Don't accept the negative feelings. Choose to fight to have a happier life. Decide to make changes and not excuses. Envision your best self and work towards becoming that person every day. You'll begin to love yourself more when you become disciplined, as when you push through the struggle, happiness follows. Once you start to give out good energy, you receive it back, and it'll make you more open to love. Treating yourself with love and respect will make you not accept any less than this from others. I really hope you guys begin your self-love journey, because trust me, even if it takes a day, a week, a month, a year, once you reach that place of loving yourself, life changes completely. You just have better friendships, better relationships, a better career, and you just radiate happiness. I talk more about this topic in my blog. You can check it out. I'll leave the link in my bio. Please don't forget to subscribe and like if you got anything from this video. Thank you so much for watching my video, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.